Yeah, we told Ellen to yesterday because she's from Howard University.
Yeah.
What will the book do for you? No passion for development. Then Umo Joshua will put the meanest man in the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me.
Connections there, you not get it.
No connection.
Yeah. Just say that all kind of things that just happen here. No he, no tea.
He was 12 years older Ellen. Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She was traveling from country to country and kept a man in the garage for 12 years, according to Boyka himself.
Yes.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader. Whether the African leader themselves need support from the West.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All African leaders need support from the West.
Yeah.
No African leader will help another African leader with money for development.
Yeah.
In the West. That's not a back of Boyka.
Okay.
Because when we are wrote, the Senate did a comprehensive report of their findings and attached the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement for those commissioners who decided from India to where. And said the way forward is a Panama House discussion for peace. Then when Boyka come now, he is deceived by coming there, the Dillon there, Yombi there, and you know where he's just thinking all kind of way, Boyka, all kind of thing. He want to go after people. Then, the CDC still control the lower house, the upper house.
Mm-hmm.
So they went, some kind of thing they did, but I think they did a resolution that passed because of money crossing.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happened. Wow! All that they almost signed to Yombi house. Then they brought it that Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh! Then when I heard what was happening, it was remain 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Bani, Jim Bani. Now when I went to Kum, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our own leadership, and we sent the report with all documents, legal documents, to guide where. Then Boyka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the election in 2011 because he was not wrong with that.
You're right.
He benefited.
You're right.
Then after serving our Bible for 12 years now, he's now president now. We've been in campaign for that kind of woman, then he wants to persecute us. You guys going to persecute us? So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you to help you with lawyer, your partners and go look for lawyer. So I offered my own son offered that I went and signed a resolution. I've never seen them why you did this. You know what they told me?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. When Boyka send a bill, they will not put all the law they put in now and back it.
Oh, okay. That was a smart move.
I said correct move.
Nigeria is in trouble.
Correct move.
But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's said to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the vehicle like this. They don't know where the vehicle, they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, Syphilis, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that George Weah is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought total transformation to Liberia. That is a man who have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he would have done it in second term. But they didn't understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero. Zero. Tell me some steps. Zero. Oh yeah, go to Nations Cup now. Go to Nations Cup. Let's see. Let me see you Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I will give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, I'll give your nationality $500,000. I promise. Your Nations Cup. Your experience in Liberia now. If you don't know, in 2 years' time, Liberia will be worse. Will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. Worstest country in the whole world. If the Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there is no God. I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right. The hardship, you have not seen that hardship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have never experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That's the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force him there. It was a rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. It was forced to be president. So, and the people who connive to do all of this and put him there, right? US.
You mean US, the United States?
United States. They are involved in this election. I am telling you, not politically, I am telling you spiritually what I foresaw. It was rigged. Totally rigged. And now they have seen it, that this person does not know anything. This person cannot help the nation. This person cannot put the nation right.
Innuendos and mistakes. We have identified a series of them. We understand where the case is going, and there's nothing there. It's a mockery of justice.
So from the witness testimony today, are you complaining that you are more abusing? You understand that your coach has your own connection with the fire.
Yeah, the only people who can associate that place with fire are who are ignorant. When you have a mindset, try to develop anything to that mindset. So you go in with a preliminary mindset that you got to be Kofa. So anything Kofa say will be.
Did the police IG call you, sir? There are information that he called you.
Call me for what?
To apologize.
When?
Today.
No, I don't see no call for no police IG. Tell him not to call me.
All right.
Innuendos and mistakes. We have identified a series of them. We understand where the case is going, and there's nothing there. It's a mockery of justice.
So from the witness testimony today, are you complaining that you are more abusing? You understand that your coach has your own connection with the fire.
Yeah, the only people who can associate that place with fire are who are ignorant. When you have a mindset, try to develop anything to that mindset. So you go in with a preliminary mindset that you got to be Kofa. So anything Kofa say will be.
Did the police IG call you, sir? There are information that he called you.
Call me for what?
To apologize.
When?
Today.
No, I don't see no call for no police IG. Tell him not to call me.
All right. Why should he call you? We can talk to Representative TV. Welcome to the media.
Thank you.
You are one of the accused. You're here today. How did it go in there?
The government is just a waste of our time. Waste of our time. And it's something that we need to talk about. You can't bring a police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times testifying lies, saying that I am charged because I was sitting in a car. According to him, I heard conversation. I didn't report it. Is that why you waste my time? But we'll see.
Is that true? Is that true?
Yeah, it's a waste of my time. I sat in the car. According to him, I sat in the car.
Well, yesterday my mood was somewhere because I actually went and saw more because I know some people say that's the first thing they want to do. Things that I know because it's now. I'm happy today that I understand that the bill has been accepted and the bond will be made available so that they will be released. And yesterday in my comments I said I would hope that the judiciary would uphold the rule of law. They are the second branch of government, and the fact of the matter, they are the ones that uphold the society, whether it's peaceful coexistence, whether it's all of us following the rules and regulations so that we can live in an environment where all of us feel peaceful and at peace. I believe that they did the right thing today. I want to thank the judiciary for allowing the system to work and that our colleagues will be released today. And I don't know about former boss, just where it means my boss.
The boss,
First female vice president of the country. That is something that's very important to me that I can do. So when it comes to former president here, I don't think you can call him a boss. Liberia has had these instances before. People play all kinds of shenanigans. I think it was intentional to keep them in jail for the reason. I thought it was sad because lawmakers are not lawbreakers. But this is a case that's available. I believe that they would have asked them to come in for questioning as they asked them to. But in the end, they would have been let go on their own reconnaissance. These are not people that are prepared to run away. These are not people that are prepared to escape the law. They are lawmakers. They are legal residents of our country. And I think they should have been given the due process that the law requires. Be it, they spend a few nights in several places, and I hope that they will be released soon so that they can go back to their families. Look forward to this process taking hold. I want to remind people that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. And in a criminal case, the basis is that people must be judged without any reasonable doubt. If there's any reasonable doubt, it will be released. So I hope the government has this case as it has been said. But we will be looking at the process and ensuring that it is free, fair, and transparent. I want to say thank you for listening to the call of the leaders of the opposition, especially former President Ria, and coming out to show solidarity. Touch on. Thank each of you for coming out and for showing that we are still united. Though we are in the opposition, the election showed us that there's a very thin line. There's a blue Liberia, there's a green Liberia. When it comes to things happening amongst us, whether it's a regular person or whether it's a lawmaker, we must react the same because any attack on one person means it's an attack.
Vice President. What I want to say here, this is not to make news. It's not for news. You know, the way the lawmakers were treated is wrong, it's unconstitutional. Those people are lawmakers, and we have to respect them. If you call lawmakers, you took them from the job to inquire of anything, you cannot delay them, don't ask them questions. If the father, the infant, you should ask them questions. If you believe that they have done something, then convict them. You know, the judge them and then convict them. You cannot waste their time. Lawmakers time, they're supposed to be working in the parliament. You know, waste their time and then turn around, delay them, and incarcerate them. That is unfair. That is unfair. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is you infringe on your right. You know, because you think you have the power. Nobody has the power. The citizen has the power. So what we did today in solidarity, we joined together. I'm not going to take credit for this. The first thing I must do is to thank our lawyers, those that have been working assiduously through all these episodes. You know, we must give them credit. You know, I joined them with our team here to make sure that we're in solidarity with our lawmakers. I think the wrongly put into prison, that is wrong because they're going to be on the record that they went to jail, and that way it's wrong. Innocent people, that you jail. This is wrong. Like I said, we need to stop this. We need to stop it. This is wrong. It's non-constitutional. This is wickedness at the core. Nobody wants to hear our country history, but we as a leader, we need to let people know it's the same behavior of police that caused April 14, April 12. I remember when people were calling for police then to step down. Esther Parker case. We were here with young children. In the 21st century, it can be happening. So the police they need to exercise restraint sometimes. The other way it's coming from, we don't want to know where it's coming from. But if you're in that place, the job, you have to have a sense of reasoning to know that this person is wrong or is right. And these people are all friends here with family. You understand? Don't let nobody force you to do what you don't want to do. Real people resign. They say, no, I'm not going to convict the person because the person is not wrong. The law is the law. If I have to do this, then I resign. That's how people do. But you can't be conspiring against people because they believe that your boss may say you must do this. And then at the end of the day, it creates tension in the country. Let's say we look more peaceful coexistence. And then when the tension rising, then again, then you say you're giving a bomb. So what's the essence of that? What's the essence? If you need that, though immunity was there, then you could have solved the problem. But you want to put everybody together, put everybody else together. This is wrong. Africa need to change. If you look around, there's a lot of issues in the African country. Liberia had an issue. If Liberians are not smart, they will go back to where they came from, and we don't want that. There's no government, there's no president. Have the power more than the people.
Yes.
The people has the power, and that's why I saw. That's why you see me. Everything I was doing to not provoke anybody for the government to work in the interest of the people and the interest of the country. That's what we did here. Because you forget to know that cities were in government. All the police that in the police station now for United Party, you got some seditions there. Even the army. So you know that we all need to get together. Work together for the benefit of this country. What happened is what I think people realize that we need to be honest. This is in the interest of our country. And I must applaud those opposition leaders that they didn't see party or partisans, partisanship, that came on board, to speak. I think that when the voices are together, is louder than one voice. So what they did was correct because tomorrow it will happen to them. It will happen to them. So that I hope that will exercise restraint. Nobody said that you should not check anything. No, you should check, but if you check it, then you got to
As the people that use that get the type of structure, they come say even they could just be getting you $1 million for the budget year. Every year they give you $1 million. You impact.
If our president of this country, as God show you his wonder, also you know what we told you, you're not football.
Yeah. I say that all kind of thing that just happen here, but no yes.
Something is wrong. Huh? Something was wrong somewhere. How you doing? Okay, I should be getting me now. Yeah, something was. Yeah. Of how you doing? Philip Cry, alright. Favor me, alright. Doyle Warlock, alright. Alex Brown, and Rufus Lempeke. Lempeke, I like your name, fan name, man. Hurricane, Master Boss, man. How's everything? Long time. All right. And yeah, I was not. Sorry about that. How you doing? I hope you're fantastically fantastic. How's everything with you? Even with like information business. How's everything? How you doing? Yeah, we okay now. Sorry about that. All right, so let me say what's up to all of you. Today is Friday. Hmm? Yeah, today is Friday. And we are grateful to the Almighty God that we are here and to share what we know. And it's important for all of us. And we are certainly getting there. And with God, things are possible. And we'll certainly get there. Whether you like it or not, we are certainly getting there. With God, all things are possible. How you doing? Hats up to my brother Prince Sharif, bro, Melicine Yadulu, all of y'all. The Diaspora talk continues. You will continue here with us, and Newton Topa will ride you through. After we have set the basis for tonight, Newton will ride you through the rest of the night. Yeah, so that we are here. So we are to class very early to just share some information quickly. Just to say some things in passing. Today is Friday, and the Friday jackpot is on. So *7 and *24#. You can do that. The draws will be done by Newton, and then you get your money. So there's 25K that we are giving out on Friday today. *7 and *24#. Tomorrow is going to be a fantastic moment for those of you who are Liberty Fortune players. So I want to say thanks to you. Thanks for being there. We are certainly getting there. Thanks to you, Imon S. Yancey, and Roland Tukpa, and the rest of you. We are very grateful to the Almighty God for everything. No matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. How you doing? So today, a lot of things are happening in the country. So two things happen. Let me just say in passing, right? That's not what I'm here for. I will talk the other thing, then I'll leave. Two things happen. So the mami doge who are insulting we are and doing all those things and not knowing. God, yeah, he won't be. So that to get that, you see, Joseph Boga is a demon. When we told you that Joseph Boga is a demon, you can't even believe it. He pumped that leg there with demonic thing, and you see, she go allow herself to be used. Until today, she went to Joseph Boga. Now you see her laughing. Joseph Boga and we are, who is more of impact to you people? Then Joseph Boga said he carried a saying Grand Judea County to go do the burial, the reburial of Doe and that of a wife. Then said, "Do you see the kind of thing that they own? You see how you politicize your father's death? You're making money out of your father's death. You're seeking for jobs on your father's death. Why are people just reckless and useless in this country like this? You are a woman. You should have pride for yourself. You can't be that reckless. I don't say, Mami, wedding do or wedding. Veronica, Mami do. Veronica do, eh? Veronica do. What kind of thing you go do this? So you go say that. Boga that couldn't afford dying for himself. That he the one out there saying, giving you everything and you're passing around with you there taking picture with him. All that thing you are causing all the noise for. You couldn't just go to Boga to go begging and leave we are alone. Or leave the whole thing alone and go sit and say, oh yeah, Boga will put more. Boga say, how much can you left down there? So now Boga, let me say, they told Boga say, oh, that 2 cows we are left there. He say, you get a man cow back, I'll give you 5. I'll give you this. It's kind of useless, Papa, dealing with useless children. So everybody just useless. That's just how they are. So because the man tell you say you will get your 5 cow. You say you'll get it, man. You'll get it, man. How they call it? Only 2 cow back. Boga look at somebody look at what they call anyway, like your business. Thank God for that one. Then the next thing I will talk about, because I don't want to even talk about other things then we are there, but with God, all things are possible, and we are certainly getting there. And you know, me and I'll be telling you people something. Me and my words can be very strong, and I do it on purpose to get to the skin of you people. What do you call it? I don't know, you know the way I can drag the word useless. Okay. I guess you said no, useless. Not useless. Yeah, right? Yeah, you're not useful, you're useless. So what the issue about it? Is that a bad thing? So Diaspora talk people, why are you people? You gotta come on and do your talk here tonight. When you're ready, you're gonna come on. But let me try to set the basis. Then the other thing that happened, and yes, Prince Sherry, yeah, you're using the same thing. Yeah. And the same link, that same link that we sent the last time, that the same link you are using, no other link. So please use the old link. Yeah, please use the latest link, the latest that I sent you the last time. Yeah, that the link you should use. So that the link you should use. So you'll use that. You're the Diaspora people. You'll use that. So we are certainly getting there with God. All things are possible, and we are getting there. And we are very grateful to the Almighty God for everything. And we will certainly get there. Nothing can stop us from getting there. Yeah, so we are getting there. With God, all things are possible. Let me share with you something. Let me share with you something so that we are talking in passing. Then I come to the real issue. Then we go right here tonight on this day. With God, all things are possible. We are certainly getting there. So I saw this, and I'd like to share with you All right, you are fantastic students. You know, anything I see down there, I change a plate and I can bring it to you. So that all we do, I will change a plate. You know, we will believe in cheche polyologists. We are cheche polyologists. Cheche polyology is the study. Cheche polyologists that those people who let it cheche poly. So that I will look it and I will operate. So we are getting there. Now you see here, you know, no disrespect, but this is what you get. I'm a man that I'm a Christian there, yes, so yeah, that is just what church people there, yes. So you see the people, they have turned to handbag organization now. The Council of Churches people. The last time I was saw the kind of thing that, you know, when we were reporters, so the handbag organization they can call say, "Hey, I may bring your microphone, we're going somewhere to go honor somebody." Then you will see them go to the president office and they will chase you. Hey, if they call you at the program, you don't come there. They will chase you to your office to go give you that honor because at the handbag operation there, at the handbag organization operation there. So that's how they can do it. Look at the Council of Churches people now. You see, when Poga said the country will finish, it really finished for true. Look at the point. They went to Women Pay office to go honor him there by force, by fire, by force. So each and every one they go into their office. I understand again. They say that Jean collected on behalf of Reggie Kun. So they won't even go to Reggie Kun office again to go represent. So you see your put there, like your church put there years old. Like your church people in your guy, I say your church people, what they call? They get some church pastor in the country here, but your people in other years old. They went to Women Pay office to go present by the handbag organization that how they can operate. So you know, I know these techniques. I know all of these techniques, but for them to reduce themselves to this level, for them to reduce the Liberal Council of Churches to this level, to go to people's offices, chasing them all over the place, chasing them with honor, with awards, to go get them so that they will get them something, they will pay their way, get them small thing. Look at them there. How your behavior treat your seller, they will BP code them on your way, your BP translate them on your what it is, the male. I didn't want to talk about for the woman, and no, I don't care for the women. Yeah, they are women. I will treat as that, but the men and tell them. I tell you what, but they got a BP translate and BP code them on there. They just acting hungry all over the place. What kind of people then they will get in this country? Why people don't get respect for themselves? You'll be chasing people to their offices, giving a award to them. They don't attend. But you got to chase the man to an office and all to go give the award to him. What kind of behavior then they have so? That they gonna put in your guys so? That your church people here so? Big trouser to cafe. So old man you think there on them there so that didn't want you see there so. Big shit on them. Yeah. Where? You see here? They say he's an astute statesman for national development in recognition. Technique. Technique. Easy, I get operate. Now they got people that you want for all the respect in this country. Easy. They don't respect themselves. Then you can say we must respect these people. How will we respect people who don't respect themselves? That they kind of people that they reduce themselves to the kind of level. Yeah, they kind of think they can reduce themselves to the kind of level. Sorry to our mom who's here. I think that women pay that they award they giving here. So we are talking to the women in here. That the men in are there, and all the men that are inside the council of churches that didn't want to talk to, now the women in are there. Because that didn't want. That the men who in leadership, they didn't want control all the things, they didn't want drink all the tabata and all over the place. Yeah, that they kind of thing they're doing all over the place. They get ready, they will force you, they will chase you with the award. Then you will see them with their big clothes and will shoot up a big on the big jean trouser. Now we one of them wearing jeans here. Sorry. For me telling you say you get big jeans on. Hey, people there. Oh, yo, big jeans with cynical and like, yeah. That's true. So that they can go. Then you see a kind of thing there. Oh, you share their pocket there that the men are talking about other women. So money inside their pocket and they pass it around way. Why did people let them reduce themselves to do? They can't go reduce themselves to the kind of level. What kind of put in the year so? You can't get respect for yourself. It is time and age. People are skeptical. To say, look, we're not lying in this kind of morality, but you're by your bold face, but they hunger too much. And you see, You will not look, you'll see more of these kind of things. Because JMB now dismiss more people. Most of our people then who used to be doing businesses, then they go to church and they dance. They say, oh, I bring my offering, oh, God bless me and get my lay prophet. I bring my offering. No prophet going to the church now, no tithe offering, no tithe, then they're going down. So the people then now they will leave the church and start chasing politicians. They just start thinking. These people, and except some men of God and who I get respect for, and I will tell you that I don't want to call that name here before you say that. They didn't want telling me to say Martini and saying yeah. And I'm saying it, but I respect them and I know them. And I know exactly what it is. You know, one of my men of God I really love so much. I used to be calling his I used to be calling it, you know, when our King's FM fresh. I used to call his Triumphant Living ministry, Pastor Samuel Carr. Wait, I know you Reverend now or Reverend Samuel Carr or something. That's Samuel Carr, my man there. I don't want used to go call a program, can't edit it, put it on the radio. Hey, I used to go there. I used to learn business. Yeah, you were man. So he posted on his page. He said, when the sheep decides to lead the shepherd, then the assignment is over. And that's true. Because when the sheep leading the shepherd, there's nothing there again. So you see, that your whole church people 10 years old, that they don't want. You see some of the problem we are talking about here. They don't want. How you will be going from, and you'll see most of these things. They will start running to the politicians' offices because they are strangulated. In fact, Joseph Boga strangulated all of them so that they will just look up to Joseph Boga for life. The funny part is for them to go to these people then with big synagogue on their phone, with big jean trouser, big shoulder pad jeans, and that kind of dress code that you carry, they will know you're hungry. How you go dress that kind of way that you go to the people then to go money? Was that you're hungry? Just be shopping money all in your coat suit and your car outside. I said nothing. We just wanted to get appreciated men at all. You ever appreciated women's pay before? You ever knew women pay? You know a track record? One young man whom I have respect for and I still have respect for is women pay. And whether you like it or not, I get great deal of respect for him. He always stood tall. And of course, he always spoke to issues. Yeah, I have respect for him. And he's one person I respect in the Unity Party government. I agree. You ever knew him like that? And I really want knew him. Then you can't go there now, you know. I'm taking you're not going to put me in the women team. Yeah, I let to discuss women. Yeah, I let to take them and put a special place. You don't come put me in the women team. So you see the kind of thing here, that's something there for you to come follow. That's something there for you to come follow. But anyway, well, guys, and you're supposed to come on, and I don't know what's popping with you guys. Please share the rest of the other guys. People should come on, but Newton is here. You'll be able to host all of us together so that we do what we can for our country. You're not seeing that now? The people in there, so I put in the boy. I just wanted to show you all these people. Yeah, so that you'll see them. But you see, in his life, there is time for everything. And people will not understand some of the things we do, the approach we have towards this. I'm a journalist, and I will keep telling you I'm a journalist. I'm not fake. I'll tell you exactly what my position is on issues. What I render here is what they call opinion. And in as much as I'm rendering opinion, I have to be very, very objective. Being objective means I must say the truth about what I'm saying about my opinion. Being objective is different from being neutral. I am not neutral. Let me put it that way. Maybe you don't understand the words. I am very objective. My objectivity comes from the point that in as much I went to Joseph Boakai and I wanted to discuss Joseph Boakai. And there were things that Joseph Boakai started doing that we are did. Or Joseph Boakai doing the very things we are did. But I am condemning Joseph Boakai and then I am saying we are did good and Joseph Boakai did bad. I'm not objective in that way. I'm not objective. So you understand the English word before you use it. What I'm using here is what we call opinion. And my opinions here, you don't see it enter into our news. Our news is very independent of anybody's opinion. What you say is what they put there. So it's different. There is an opinion arena here. When I said right here, that opinion. And you know what is opinion? Opinion is something that somebody owns. and that's their perspective, that's their views about issues. That's my personal view. You get your own, I get my own. Opinion is something that is people, that's, you know, that the opinion is how people feel about something, and you can't challenge it. That's what they call it, opinion. You can't challenge opinion. Because of my opinion, that's why I think that you challenge my thinking. That's why I think. That's why I know it is. So I am saying it. So you know exactly that's why it is. But people may not understand some of these terms, and they just use, oh, hey, you know what, I tell you, I was neutral. Have I ever told you that? But I am equally independent. Because what I'm saying here, I'm saying it from my own opinion, and nobody is influencing it. So it makes me independent. You see that the tricks you don't understand any words you're gonna be using. I am independent, I am objective, right? Great, brilliant. That's it. And I can tell the truth. So whether you like it or not, is that true there? I want to tell your own truth, I own a business. I want to tell your own truth. I want to tell the truth I'm talking, but the idea that true. I want to tell your own that you say you're doing what the big deal you get about me. Go look for your own polo, tell your own thing on that side. What the bad thing about it? Do I already owe you? Do I already owe you? You don't even know some of these things. I have you using it. Well, the man I objective, do you know what they call objectivity? Do you really know what they call objectivity? Put it in Google and see it. I'm objective. I'm opinionative. Yes, that's me. That's what I do here. That opinion show here. I don't know opinions. So you get your own opinion. The idea when you want to disagree with me with your own opinion, just can't respectfully. When you can't in other form and manner, I will slash you off. You know, I don't joke with those kind of thing. I don't allow those foolishness happen here. No, because I don't want you to mislead my people. When you come in with your own opinion, come with it will make sense. That I must say I may not want to accept it, but I will find some reasoning inside. Good. I will let it fly. You can go sit down, you can be passing around here. The things that they show you account, you just can't talk trash now. Just lie in the name of, oh, if you want to be tolerant. No tolerance of stupidity on the show here. We don't tolerate stupidity and foolishness on the show. So when you come in with sense, we're lied. We'll tolerate it. We may not agree with it, but let it be reasonable enough. You know, reasonable perspective does not mean that it is the truth, but it must be something that convincing that mankind can think about. So that's it. So I not get time for that thing. You can be on, be passing around here. They show you and I play. You can't. That you're way bad thing. Why are you to be doing? I've been spoiling the country. We are here to shape this country and make the country straight. So when you come strong. Don't can't attack me. No, that's my opinion. Don't attack me. If you want to tell your own talking in line with what I just said, but say it. I will just be behind you. Just answer. I can operate. But if you come in the form of say you come in to can't attack AB opinion, I will cut you off. I'm here for that foolishness. No, I don't. Simple thing. You know, in the Bible, I was talking with one bishop today. Bishop said about foolish in his Bible. I don't know why people can say when you use it and what they call foolish in the Bible, you all know it there. And look, everywhere you are do research on it and know where it's applicable. Yeah, it's there. So we all what they call it. I don't get time for that thing you can be talking about. I am independent in my thoughts. Nobody influencing it. Whether you want to believe it or not, that your business. 2, I am opinionative in what I do here. 100%. I'd agree. I'm very objective in what I do here. 100%, because the objectivity goes with truth telling. I'm very objective. Truth telling. Right? So that's it. When I tell you, say I want to discuss I will be objective about what has done. I can't be lying, all kinds of things. No. I will tell you. And nobody has challenged all my things that I've been saying about we are. Or whatever Bwaka been doing, the other challenge me. Even if I'm talking about Bwaka, anything I'm talking about Bwaka must be truthful. And it's objective. It's your objectivity now. Anything I'm talking about Bwaka, I can discuss Bwaka too. But everything I'm talking about Bwaka are true. Everything I'm talking about we are true. The idea is when I'm discussing Bwaka, it must be truthful. When I'm discussing we are, it must be truthful. Bwaka and we are benefiting from truthfulness. So I'm objective. So what about thing about that now? What thing really you don't see inside the thing that I do here? So what they call? People may not understand it, but we are certainly getting there. I don't have time for you. That one thing for sure, because I can get under your skin. I can better deal with you sufficiently. I can intentionally, deliberately do it. Willfully do it as well. So that you get it. What they call? But you what they call? You'll be passing around and be talking all kinds of things. Do you know what they call the Supreme Court the thing that they can come down with, they call it opinion, because nobody can challenge it. That's what they call it opinion. The judges, they have rulings. The Supreme Court, that opinion. The Supreme Court, that opinion. Because at the last place that when anything comes from there, you can't challenge it. So the same way I have opinion on the show here, that's why I'm rendering opinion, because opinions are not to be attacked. You can't do anything about it. You can criticize it or whatever it is, but you can't change it. By the way, we are certainly getting there. All right, so let me just leave that one. Then I come to this one there because do we have friends on? What's the issue with showing the rest of the other folks? We hope we can have them on. And oh, okay. I will resend it. Don't worry. Yeah, and Diaspora talk. Yeah. Don't be putting your stuff on that thing. I'm coming to that thing that Unity Party people. You know, Unity Party people, they should be happy that us we here to stop them from being fools. They should be happy that we are here to stop them from being fools, because if we were to allow them, that they finish spoiling already, but we are fixing them. Right? We are fixing the Unity Party people. Not all of them. Some of the Unity Party people, because I know some of them is sound, they are fixed already. So not all of them. And I would think with God, all things are possible. And today, like yesterday, when I told you, I said the magisterial court, which of course the magistrate, that city court, you can be here with the magisterial court. So that city court, it has some latitude of entertaining some cases, but it does not necessarily mean that it has jurisdiction over the cases, so it cannot decide on those cases. I hope the Unity Party people understand that. What happened is that Fonati then said they wanted preliminary hearings to determine whether the people then get anything that they depend on. You see, in the preliminary hearings, it helps also. It prepares you, because you know it will go for trial. But that preliminary hearing, it helps the defendant to push the prosecutor, because when it's like whatever you have against us, we want you to bring it. That you can start your case with, we want you to bring it. So everything that happening there is helping the defendant to understand what the prosecution has. Let's examine it. So in those examinations, they're able to ask the magistrate and say, look, all the things in the minute, dismiss the whole preliminary something, and let's move on. Because whether the man dismisses it there or so forth, it will still go for trial. Because that's not the finality. That man does not have a jurisdiction to determine that case. It's just having, it's just like when they say examination, the magistrates don't have the final say. It's just an opportunity you want to have to say, look, that is what it is. So that when you know that you don't want to waste people's time or so forth, you can say, no, man, the thing you're bringing here is not anything much. We can see it. So throughout these proceedings, it have helped Fonatide to understand what the government has so far. I'm not saying that all they have. So far, that's what they have. So the magistrate was able to say, okay, you presented this, SYZ, blah, blah, blah. And I think these people presented a case so they far from my examination. I will present this case far to where it's supposed to go. So that case far has now gone to what? The criminal court. Now, under these conditions, then I asked the Unity Party people on a similar condition. I had to ask the Unity Party people, if you claimed that Fonatide have lost the case and they are guilty, what happened to the Unity Party alliance indictee like Fonatide, Priscilla Cooper, the Honorable Priscilla Cooper? What happened to her? On the first day they were going there, she said, for me, I don't want any preliminary hearing. I want for us to go straight for trial. So I waive it. I don't want it. The government interposed no objection and say, okay, go and wait. When we finish the file, we'll go. So the barbarity of that she decided to waive it. You already get sense. You see the United Party people, how you just be jumping, lying, and making yourself to feel good when it's nothing there. That is see when you're being lying, and putting so air in yourself. You see, you try to distance yourself with the demonic old man here, Joseph Boaka. He will destroy you people. You see your Google brain you used to get everything on chakra. Or what it will take you to go into your war room and then ask some of the lawyers that are there and ask them, say, the way they put it, do the thing, and why it mean? Does it mean that Fonati they already get it? Ask that question. When you ask those questions, you will not get it wrong, because what we call propaganda is not about lies. What we call propaganda is small truth and spinned into big thing. Can make it big, but when you check inside, you see small truth inside. That's what they call propaganda. So propaganda is not about lies. It's just about small truth. Something must have happened, but you just spin it and make it look big. That's why it is. You don't even have idea on all of those things. You sit down there, you can say, who told you, say, the people sitting down there, oh, they can't finish waiting for that thing, or they gotta go, who told you all that thing? Where you come from with it? Eh? For that thing, then, perfect opportunity is what they have. Why it is true that they may have file some motions and things like every lawyer would do or whatever it is, it doesn't mean the finality of the case. So if somebody will say, oh, you suffer legal blow, you forgot, why you got legal blow? That my issue court area, you suffer legal blow? Something that I honor the legal jurisdiction. That why you say legal blow, that's not where we talk about legal blow. Legal blow is the place we're going now. So the only thing that's going to happen now, the prosecutors should be prepared enough. Because one, Fonati ain't going to be arraigned in court. They're going to have their day now in court. That thing that they were in there, so now day in court. Oh. That thing that you say, oh, we'll have our day in court. No, that day in court is going to start now. After what they say, examination. So what you call examination? Hear yourself, preliminary examination, just examination. Just to examine the evidence. They will say, they wonder why you get. They wonder how you get, what you got, blah, blah, blah. What a big deal that inside that thing that Unity Party people don't understand. So now, Fonatide will be read. All of the indictments the government have against them, that these are blah, 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 blah. They will ask them, guilty or not guilty. They will say not guilty. That means they join issue with the government. Fonatide, they are entitled. That constitutional issue here we're discussing, they are entitled to jurors. Jurors setting. Jurors got to come, except they want to waive it. They got to empower the jurors. Everything. So what a big deal about it that you're not understanding. So that why I ask you the simple question, the way Priscilla Cooper and all in Fonatine, because there are 5 persons in the Senate, now only 4. They wouldn't say the preliminary was only concerning 4 persons. So they forward the case file. That case file, inclusive in that case file, is Priscilla Cooper, who from the Unity Party too. So you're celebrating that. Sense is what they call. You see how you don't get sense? That the reason they don't get sense, because you don't even understand why you're celebrating. The case is about to start. The case is about to start. And when the case really starts, you will not hear Fonatine talking the way they're talking, and lawyers will be talking now. That examination of the political aspect. That whole examination thing you are seeing as a political aspect. Because when the case is in court, you never render any statement, especially you, the party. You got to be very, very careful how you talk. So why you think Fonatine was granting interview? Why you think Abu was granting interview? David, people, their lawyers will advise them, say, at this stage of this, I talk. You don't talk to anybody. Anybody want to talk to you, tell them, say, talk to my lawyer. That the stage we're going to now. They're feeling with that political stage already. That the stage we're going to now. That's why you don't understand. So that stage we're going to, that where now, we're going to determine whether or not people did something. A case, sometimes it's not a case that will just end soonest. Because the government may be bowing all kind of holding inside, get ready. They will say, oh, the joy error on the one, then they will run up to the Supreme Court or sanctuary. They run there. They say you must correct the job, what they call it, deny or motion on this. Then they will what they call it when they pass on that one. It could be pre-trial motion. Right? It could be pre-trial motion. Motions can be filed during trials. Several other things can happen. And these are legal technicalities that could be going on. Why these people are still there. So all that thing that you see them going on, doing all of those things passing around, you need the party people you learn to understand some things before you celebrate. You're just fake. That's your problem. You're very dull. You're completely dull. You don't get no idea. What they are getting, oh, stupid. You are the most foolish people you're passing around. Not just stupid for the foolish. You're both. You're inside out. You're completely stupid in your thinking. You are foolish as well. Because what they are saying, CDC people stupid. One idiot can look at me, can tell me, say, Abraham, when you go with CDC people, you behind you, say you stupid too. I say you. When I'm finished with you, you will see yourself. But you know he's an older person, so I just decided to leave. You get sense? All the things in your post are where the sense that can be inside. Whole day you say other post stupid. Other post not get sense. Other put this. You bring your senses now. Let's put it to bed and see who gets sense. You don't have it. You got to respect other people, they will respect you. If you don't respect other people, whatever they do, they will respect you. No. I don't care about how people feel. They contrary the chance, look, we'll give it to their heart. And me, I don't get time for anybody. Look, the only thing I will not do is to come down so low to go to that man called Parker or this, that, and to you say, I will not describe Parker in that kind of other manner. But the of nonsense that you can be doing will put into your heads. Because you don't get sense. Because something that you can be celebrating, it's not even worth celebration. Why will you be celebrating things like that? He said, oh, Philippine there. For that thing that's what legal blow. Oh, no, legal blow. So what? Whichever way it went, that case was still coming to go to the court, to the criminal court. It was still coming to go there. So, because they admitted it there, or you think those pieces of evidence when they appear in the criminal court, you think Fonatina can stay suppress some of them and dismiss it on basis you can still do it. They're not going to say, oh yeah, the Mayishirako, it was examined and was made there, blah blah blah, all the kind of thing, blah blah blah. No, you can still find it. That's a whole trial. Now going before that judge, he must understand that case. He's going to get it clearly. What a big thing about it. Whole day you're getting ready, you're passing around, fooling yourself, you're fooling people. Everything I do, Charlie Kintan, something in where you just jump up your life to people and passing around. You're just how it can work. Eh? You know what it takes? So people would sit down and they understand themselves. But we are certainly getting there. I don't know why Prince Jerry finding it very difficult to get through. But we are certainly getting there, and we will certainly get there. I don't want your pepper soup. I don't want to warm you people up. And you will be warm up every day. I'm not talking about the Sansan you pays though, because the guys on Sansan people in there. They wear the foolish paste. We call them the foolish paste. The FOOLISHUPRST. Foolish paste. That they didn't want there, so that didn't want. That didn't want talking about. Don't want them to not get good sense. That you are talking to. You know, sometimes the best thing you can do, like most of our women will do, right? The moment they hear about something, they will say, "Abi, what do you want to hear me again?" Before they take it, they got to get some opinion from people who are good in those areas. What they want me? That is what it means. And when we tell them, that's the truth. We tell them that is what they want means. The last time they got ready, they're gonna evict CDC. I said, you know the party people get sense. How you will say eviction when there is no court order ordering CDC eviction? So let's say, for instance, you are living in somebody's house. That the thing I told you the last time. Any time now pass, you are living in somebody's house. Mhm. You are living in somebody's house. Then the person tell you, say, AB or John Brown, move from in my house on Tuesday. You say, I'm not moving. Then you say, oh, but now I can't move you now. You get power to evade. That court can evade. And that evasion thing that they were passing around is moot. The Supreme Court said that one already. That's why you see them telling them, say, oh, we don't want for you to be our tenant again. And you saw in their communication, did they tell you, post say, oh, they say, we now want for you to be our tenant again. And when you say you don't want for somebody to be your tenant again, and the person say, me, I'm not taking any action to move from your property, what do? You carry the person to court for them to get eviction. They must get it, then they bring it that the court can move them from there. Now you. So that thing you were talking, you don't just get sense. That one can you be looking at you. Then you see some journalists and they were evading. What they call eviction? There's no court order for eviction. All the people then will do is they will go back to court, start a summary proceeding to recover their possession. That means they get possession of their property. Finish. Just summary proceeding. Not even ejectment. No. That's just summary proceeding. For you to just take somebody, tenant from your property and tenant, just summary proceeding. You just go and say, I want my property from you people there. Yeah. That's just all. So they all say that, they put it out, get there, like, okay, they now ready RG for the RG to help to move CDC from there. Who told you that how you can work? So when somebody say they're not moving from your house, can you read the police people in the community that can move the person from a house? And the police will go there and put the person low also? Have you both seen that before? You get sense? Why you can be asking yourself questions, right? Have you ever seen in a community where I don't want somebody to be in my house, but I go read the police commander in the community say, oh, John Brown, I want to leave my house. So then the policeman go there and say, I come in put a man also. You ever saw policemen putting people also before? Then you know the part of people, they get sense. So you came by, you say, oh, I don't know, they say one dancer, they say that when a dancer was talking here, right? He say, oh, you know, ask the RG to help put the people outside. I said, that other dancer man is a foolish man. They are what they call, and you all follow all of that. But you see, this country is an interesting country. People like us, we are here and living here to tell the truth and nothing else but the truth. And why making your verse? Why we should say you're lying? That the only crime we're committing now. Why we should say you're lying? That the biggest crime we have committed already. Once we say you're lying, forget it. That crime. Why are we not joining you to lie? Now another crime again. Why we are not joining you to lie? Now another crime. Yeah, but man say, yeah, objectivity, we are how goes ni. Then they get their own and they are content their own and say we are good. They are not objective. So you see that while I'm talking, but my student is smart, they get understand, they get some scenarios, and anyway, we are certainly getting there, and it's still in full. Where is this preacher, man? I ain't getting them through tonight. I hope he has it. Let me see here. Don't put your phone on disappearing messages. Don't do that. It will be a serious problem, right? Yeah, don't be putting it on disappearing messages. You don't have to do that. Just go back into the diaspora stuff, and then you come on. And something I'm seeing here, is it true? No, I don't think so. And the thing I can be talking here, so is it true? No, man. I saw the Doe family there, Ase Yinebo, and I saw Ase Yinebo there, who also was not happy with the whole thing. But I'm reading something here, and they said the Doe family say, I would just read it for reading sake because you never overlook anything. I haven't done thorough research on it, but you can't overlook anything. So let me, the country, I can laugh the pass of it. You know that the pass of man can laugh at that. Then the women I want to laugh at the women there. I want to put more in some women there. I get laugh. But you see, when be telling you somebody today can be sitting there, you'll be oh ABO. Let me go read a release here. And I don't know. I'm still yet to verify it, but I want to know whether these people there let me share with you something. Let me read a thing. Let us all read it together. Let me see how true it can be. I don't know. How true can this be? I don't know. Let me share with you what it is. So that we can read it together. Let us read it together. Preacher, I'm waiting for you. Is this? Yeah. Am I doing it twice? Yeah, I think I'm doing it twice. Okay, I think I'm doing it twice. So I'll share one. I'll share one with you people. I think I did it so. Yeah. So let me read this. I don't know how is it, but let me just read it. They said June 13. They said the Doe family united in their stance for its profound dissatisfaction today by declaring that Mami Doe should exclusively shoulder the responsibility of eating a cow he received from President Baka, or gesture the family and resolutely opposes. Mami Doe's rejection of the cows from other prominent sources, while at the same time accepting from Bouaka, reveals clear political agendas that threaten the unity of this period. The family believe this is mourning period, but sadly it has become an appalling political show due to Mami Doe's action, which have us deep embarrassment. President Bouaka's decision to support Mami Doe instead of seeking family reconciliation creates a profound sense of disappointment and betrayal to our fallen sister and daughter. We have hope to move. But instead, politics has sadly taken over because of one person who feels so entitled than all of us. We ask everyone to keep praying for the family while grieving and going through this unexpected public stand at the same time. So they say that they're putting there as well. Yeah, lead a put man. Even whatever it is, your burger ticket. Yeah. And Isaac Yinebo was also there. And Isaac Yinebo was also there. So I think that's the Doe family that went there to go meet with Joseph Bouaka. Yeah. So that release may not be something that must have come from them or had come from them. I don't know. So we are hoping, and anyway, anything is believable here. So don't matter. If possible, as you never could go down there, and they say it is not fake, and the other person that is not fake. They say it's real. If possible, as you never want to go there, They put them for all kind of thing. If possible, I say you never able to attend, but the other family members are able to say no, we don't need it because you politicize the whole thing. And Bouaka who couldn't afford and were begging and calling money all kind of names because he want a wife Katumu to know about it. He used to be calling it ego. They probably would damn me to a wife. No wonder the woman used to be selling pepper color because Bouaka was daily. When Bouaka collects all the money there, today give you calling it all kind of name, the ego has landed. So then you get ready, you see the rat inside the hole. I'm looking for my rat. I can't see it. Bouaka say the mosquito that fly. Bouaka that might be a crooked. That might be a real crooked person that fruit. The woman can be calling it today all kinds of names. Yeah. He got ready, the ego has landed. So his wife Katumutu now know what they call ego. Yeah. So he can shout. You know when the money landed, that Bouaka can shout. Bouaka can say, whoa! Then his wife say, what happened? He say, sorry, Katum. You know he can call a wife Katum. He can say Katum. You know that how you get caught away and say cartoon, cartoon. You know, I mean, I know the family. You know, I've been with these people for some time. So you can call it well cartoon, cartoon. Then you hear cartoon, cartoon. Now you say, don't worry. That's some kind of ego. Just then there. And he say, why you call ego again? He said, no. You know, the political thing I will on here. So the people then who want to join the party, the BB people who want to join the party. Somebody just told me just now that one of them have already joined the party. Joseph Waka can laugh to cartoon. That collect. He say cartoon, cartoon. Then you hear cartoon, cartoon, then cartoon can ask. Cartoon say, why you call ego again? He say, anytime you hear me say ego, that means somebody now join the party or somebody now. Cartoon, cartoon. It must be. I know if I'm my papi. Are you kidding? I just kidding. You better enjoy yourself. Forget about Joseph Burger. You stop worrying. All of these jokes I can be cracking. It's a mayor to not worry about life. Enjoy yourself. Move on. That life looking. Don't be here to your. But I true are talking about it. Cartoon. That they ain't gonna call a woman cartoon. They ready to crook horn. They can do cartoon. Then you say. Oh, papi, that's what kind papi. But I need that one that life. You want me to talk about? You know, I deep into that family. How you think I was getting no information there? Burger, well, I'm not into that family to be there to understand how they can call each other. You know it. By the way, and we are certainly getting there. They say cartoon. Why they print man? And pre I'm waiting for you. I don't know why your issues tonight. Or you and did you want to get the link and send it again? Yeah. Let me get on other stuff. Yeah, because I've tried sending this one thing. I can't get it, and yeah. Keep playing your card giveaway while we are waiting for our guests. The guys are saying that they're struggling. Even one guest last night, supposed to have come on, also struggled with sin last night. So let me see. And yeah, God, it's good. So let me see whether I can make do again. Another one again and see whether it works for Prince and the rest of the other guys. I'll tell you, say I see what I'm talking about. So I want for you to pray and say, sir, you gotta pay respect to the old people. They are thing they can talk inside their heart. I don't want for all to put it osa. Yeah. So that's it. On the issue of the Fonatiden case, that's why it is. So as you can see, the government is even funny another way. Okay, so Prince has come up now. I think it's okay. Yeah. So Prince Sherry is on now. Yeah. So we are certainly getting there, and we've got all things are possible. How you doing, Prince? Prince, you came on. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. At least we finally get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that my green screen is, at the back.
Yeah, the green screen, they
Yeah.
put complain about the green screen. They say you will not bring green yeah, again.
I know.
What about the chroma key? The chroma key does not recognize blue screen.
Yeah. It doesn't recognize it. Sometimes you have to go to the setting and then try to do it. But we are here. We are here. We have it solved. We are here. We are here, my people. We are here.
Great.
Let the caller not, take the message away. Yeah. So just forget it. Yeah, we are
Let me
here.
say welcome to you and thanks so much for joining again tonight. And we appreciate everything. I know you've been following the show while struggling
Sure.
to get in, and we are finally in. And I want to say thanks so much for joining tonight. We appreciate it always.
Thank you too for always giving us the opportunity to share our thoughts, on what is happening in Liberia, why it is true that it is not satisfactorily
Mm-hmm.
accepted by all Liberians, taking into consideration what has been happening over the period of 1 year, some 6 months, going close to 2 years. But again, that's what we have. and we'll try our best to also, add our voice to the many voices in ensuring that we can expose this government and demand the government to do what it took oath for in the month of January, to uphold the Constitution, to defend the Constitution, to defend the people, and ensure that the people's rights, are protected under the rule of law. So we are grateful to be here, and we are glad that we are here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince. For what is bro? Is bro joining us tonight?
I don't know, but I think he was also finding it a bit difficult to really get us
Yes,
on, to really
perhaps.
get on.
Yeah, perhaps he's finding it
Yeah.
to join us, but however, we'll still try to make all necessary efforts to make sure that he joins us tonight on the conversation. So,
Sure.
like Prince, so as we move forward right now, we've been following the show from the inception, and you listen to the chief relative to some of those issues that have been discussed, quote unquote, the issue involving the court, the city court today, following the case involving former speaker and four other lawmakers on a couple of charges ranging from arson, criminal conspiracy, criminal facilitation, criminal mischief, and all of that. So, what's your take about this? Though AB has made his own analysis about these issues, but from your own understanding, relative, because this is an issue that is strengthening right now, and it has drawn the attention of several Liberians from different walks of life and all of that. So, what's your take?
Well, thank you again, my brother Newton, for your presence here and for always giving us the opportunity. And thank you for everything you do for the Liberian people.
Thanks.
From the very onset of this case, like we said from the beginning, that this entire case is political. Judging from what we are hearing, judging from what we are seeing, the government have absolutely no evidence against these people. This is just another classic example of how Mr. Bueka continued to use the presidency, the puppet of the presidency, to bully the opposition. And I was really excited when I saw opposition leaders, coming together, especially major opposition leaders in our country coming together to condemn and also, go to the court. I mean, show a solidarity to, opposition figures that were being falsely accused by this government and incarcerated when we saw them going to court. This speaks volume of how, political institutions in Liberia needs to come together in ensuring that they can actually expose what Mr. Bueka is doing. So this case is purely political, because when you look at it from the very onset, like we said, by the grace of God, some of us, we are in different fields. From the very onset of this particular political case, when this thing started, the government of Liberia, through the Liberian National Police, took siege of that particular building, of the Capitol building. So as per the immediate response of the government, especially the Liberian National Police, meaning that everything within that particular perimeter was strictly within the confines or in the jurisdiction of the Liberian National Police. So at this time around, what we are expecting to hear, we are not hearing it. But again, as we all know, that is just something like a preliminary hearing that they want to hear and know whether this case, can move on to a bigger platform or to the next case to be heard. But from everything that we know as Liberians, there are a lot of flaws that we are seeing in this particular case, for which we can deduce that this is pure political. Number one, Mr. Bueka went on the scene day this incident happened, less than 3 hours. He went on the scene and categorically said that the attack at the Capitol building was done by hooligans. Now, if Mr. Bueka know these hooligans, I think from all indication, he should be one person that should be providing information about these hooligans. He should be one person that should be providing the information. The second thing is that the entire scene, that is the crime scene, was contaminated by Mr. Boyka and all those that went on the scene. We saw how it was contaminated. The third thing is that in that particular building, we had the two chairs that were in that building. That is the speaker chair and the deputy speaker chair. Now, how come that the speaker chair and the deputy speaker chair was removed from that particular building and then the fire got to that place? How? So the chair work also, who took the chairs from there? And another question here, that particular place was guarded by securities. There were securities officers that were on ground. We all know that before you take charge of a particular area, there has to be an incident report. Now, where is that incident report? Or even before you can even go to take assignment at that particular area, because remember now, we had two different securities, let's say apparatus there. We had the HORs, that is the House of Representatives. They had their own, security that were on ground, and we also had the Liberian National Police. So where are the incident report? Because remember that when it happened from the initial, that place was barricaded, and every lawmaker that even entered that place, they were asked for ID card, they were asked to show their ID card, they were asked to identify their staffers, and etc., etc. So what happened? What happened with all these reports? Because all we know is that the security was on ground. The Liberian National Police took charge of the situation, took siege of the situation. So where are we? So where are we as far as the record is concerned about these people? Where are we? Where are the records? Why are the records not showing those who were on the ground? In fact, the person who was in possession of the place key, why is it this particular individual is now being questioned, this lawmaker? He had the place key. And from all indication, the place was not burglarized to say where the door was broken and this was that and this was the other thing. These people must have used a key to enter.
Yeah.
So who was the key given to? Because we know that I think Representative Famula also, he had the key. I think one of them also had the key. The chairman or the so-called chairman on the whatever they call it, the committee or so, he had the key. So what happened? So how did the key leave from his hand to go to those who enter the place? And what I know is that whenever that place is open, there are securities that are on ground to be able to verify who are those entering and who are coming out. So, like I said, all of these things that we are seeing is just Mr. Boyka just trying to use, the presidency to be able to bully people. That's all he's doing, and to muzzle the opposition. But these things will not work, because at the end of the day, we are all seeing, even though we are not lawyers, but to some extent, we have common sense. And some of us are security personnel that gave us at least a kind of little knowledge on how these things, play out. So from all indication, it's just political, because even Gregory Coleman himself said it, that it's political. So it's all political. Yeah, very political.
So like you rightly stated, Prince, that's the point of contention, right? And that's where many Liberians, are expressing ambivalent feelings, mixed feelings, as it relates to the kind of the way the proceeding is being handled. And why is it that some people who are supposed to be included into the trial, why are they being left out? Is it selective justice or what? So that's the point of contention now everybody is looking at. And like ABC, to the court today, there were people, I listened to Councillor Masakwe saying that by transferring, because the state court does not have the jurisdiction to hear that matter, above the jurisdiction of the state court. So the only thing the state court would have done is to establish probable cause, which they did according to them, based on the prima facie the evidence that was submitted by the state, the evidence that was submitted. So based on that evidence, and the court was able to consider that evidence, with the fact that the defense lawyer, filed a motion to suppress the evidence on grounds that those evidence were, weak. Yes, but yet instead, the court, there was another opposing motion filed by the prosecuting counsel. Yes, so that's the situation. And so it's gone now to the criminal court. So it means that By transferring the case to the criminal court, it doesn't mean that that the former speaker and the four other lawmakers are wrong. It doesn't amount to being guilty of all of that. So it means the entire case is not going to start all over. So that's how it's going to be.
Sure, definitely. That's how it's going to be. And I think from all indication, the accused stand a better chance because all of those evidence, that was induced in court or those witnesses that was brought in court, it makes the defendant to adequately prepare themselves to be able to, debunk whatever, is going on. So, in as much as they have submitted, their own, one would say, at least preliminary evidence to the defense or to the accused, that put them in a better position to now sit and begin to examine what they said, or those other evidence that was induced. So, from all indication, those that are accused have a better chance as compared to the government, even though they said it's just, let's say, a minute portion of the evidence that government was able to induce in court. But what is getting left? Are you talking about recording? Those recordings that can even be generated from here. We can say that here and generate recordings.
One of the things that baffles me, the social media evidence. And I was looking at the admissibility, whether it is admissible, but yet and still yes, but the court, accepted that. Yeah.
Well, a lot of things are happening in Liberia. A lot of things are happening, especially under the leadership of Joseph Nyuma Boyka. A lot of things are happening. So we are not surprised, we are not surprised. The only thing that it tells us is that the opposition now needs to be more united, needs to be, very careful, and needs to put our best brain together to be able to counteract what the government is doing. Because this is almost like the story of the three, cows. That is the black, the how you call it, the red, and that of the white cow. So at the end of the day, they are now running after the CDC. The next thing they are going to be doing is running after other political parties that over the period, have built herself and is very strong. So this is not a CDC thing. This is not the coalition thing. No, this is about the opposition. And that's why the opposition needs to come together and begin to condemn this. That's why we all need to rally around this particular case, because it's a litmus test. It's a litmus test for our democracy. It's a litmus test for people expressing their dissatisfaction. It's a litmus test that the government is not going to allow the opposition to democratically have a will in Liberia, that she will muzzle the opposition. And these are things that signal for 2029. These are all signal.
Yes. Honestly, you're right, Prince. And I like how you put it. And this is a litmus test for the opposition community, because what they're doing right now, it speaks volume as we move to 2029 elections. Because what's going to happen if these people, the United Party, has started, such thing to suppress other opposition party. In fact, what they want to do, what they intend to do is they want to get rid of, demoralize most of those strong opposition political parties on grounds that United Party should perpetuate power. United Party should remain in power for as long as they want. United Power should be the only political party, which is impossible. That doesn't work, and it won't work in Liberia, because the thing about leadership is about one political party can rule Liberia to the end of the world. It's impossible. That won't work. So that's why the people have the power, as we said, and we have said it consistently that Article 1 of the Constitution says all power is what is inherent in the people. All free government is instituted by their authority. So if the people have the power, if the people elect government, that's why they elect government based on tenure. When that tenure expires, what happens is that they go to election. The same people decide who they want. So once the people have decided that maybe they want X, Y, Z, it means that that person or that particular leadership is constitutional. It speaks to constitutionality on grounds that it's a legitimate leadership. So one party cannot come. You say, oh, because you have other. The CDC has been a very strong, political party. The CDC has built herself over the years. The CDC has been very strong. They were able to put themselves together. And one thing you'll see, maybe the Unity Party always, talking about the CDC, is because the reason why you see Unity Party going after the CDC, because they believe that CDC is a major political party. Why you think United Party not going for ALP? Why you think the United Party not going for those smaller political parties? But CDC. And so anything about the CDC, they will do all to suppress, to demoralize the party, because they believe that CDC is very strong. Had it not been for the strength of the CDC, you wouldn't have seen United Party, doing SYZ. Look at the first thing that happened. What did they do to CDC? You had a CDC speaker, Funadikova. And in fact, the whole saga, there where the whole thing started, from the speakership.
Sure.
You had a CDC speaker, and the very United Party, this very government, came in and said, yes, we won't allow that. In fact, it will make the party more stronger for 2029 to have, a CDC who is a speaker of the legislature. So we wouldn't allow that happen. So the first thing, they circumvented the Constitution. They did all they could. They bent the law, and in fact, they were able to illegally remove Funatikova. Subsequently, Funatikova had to resign, and that was the only option for him to have resigned. Yes, because imagine Funatikova was still legitimate speaker when all of the security was withdrawn from him by the executive. All of the benefits, salaries, and everything was taken away from him, given to Richard Kuhn, who was now speaker by then, and all of that. So that was when the whole thing started. And now they're here. They want to do everything to suppress the CDC. That's why, like Prince said rightly, the opposition parties, the different opposition parties, they need to stand up right now. They need to fight. This is a collective fight. It's not about the CDC. It's not about one political party. Because if this succeeds to the CDC, it means that all the political parties will have to follow. Obviously, that's going to happen. If it works with the CDC, it will work with other political parties. So Liberians need to stand up to tell the United Party government, under President Joseph Boakai, that yes, President Boakai, we are Liberians. This country is ours. No one person is more Liberian than the other. No one person owns this country. We all need to stand up for the betterment of our country. We all need to stand up, and we should stand up in one accord to make sure that those right things are done. We should be able to speak truth to power. The thing about change, bringing change, few handful of people can bring about change, right? But at the end of the day, those people who will benefit from the kind of change, if they succeed, are thousands, millions of people, in fact, will benefit from the kind of change that will be initiated by just few handful of people. It happened in South Africa. You follow the apartheid policy. When Nelson Mandela stood up, he went to jail. Initially, when that revolution started, it was Nelson Mandela, with a few handful of people who supported his ideology. And today, the South Africans, millions of them, billions of them, are living based on what Mandela fought for. If one person or one political party feel that they have supremacy and they want to do everything to subject people to their authority, that will not work. So we need to stand up, Prince. So that's
sure. Yes. You are right. All these things, like we said from the very beginning, these are all distraction. This particular government took over with the nomenclature, with the agenda of rescue, that they've come to rescue the Liberian people. So from all indication, we are expecting that this government will work assiduously to ensure that if the price of rice, for example, a cup of rice under President Weah was $50, it must be reduced to $40 or $30. If maybe somebody was paying $100 from Douala, for example, as transportation fare to Broad Street, it must be reduced. If maybe, for example, our hospitals were without drugs, that we should have abundance of drugs. If, for example, the police, presence were not in all of our communities, that the police presence should be seen. But unfortunately, this government has failed to provide these services that they condemned yesterday that it was not Iran. So they believe that the best way to do it, since they do not have the connection, they lied about it, since they even do not have the appetite to be able to ensure that Liberian people are liberated, so they bring all these political, what we call, thing in to distract the people attention. Because what they are doing, look, if you can observe, of recent, there has been independent media institution or different media institution, including these media institution that even supported them, that have been doing some independent verification of how the people living condition are. And you observe that almost all of these, how you call independent stations, or all these independent media that went out to get an opinion from the people, they were all negative as it relates to the government. And it is the reality. So what Joseph Numa Bueka and his chronics are doing is, whenever these things are coming out, they bring what we call a diversionary tactics. They throw in a monkey wrench to take the people attention from all the reality and put it on these kind of things. That's why they always, that is the modus operandi of the Unity Party. They do not want for Liberia to focus on the pressing situation. So they will bring these political things in to just divert the media attention to that. Yeah, to distract the people, to distract the people. So right now, if you look at what is happening now, every media institution is now glued and focused on this entire, hearing, which is going to drag for some time. Meanwhile, they are increasing taxes. We saw of recent the LRA website where they have increased taxes by 12%. That is what we are seeing. They have increased taxes by 12%. We are seeing an increase in the fuel prices. We are seeing an increase in basic commodity. The government are proving that she has absolutely no authority to be able to mitigate the kind of high prices that is going on with both the how you call it, the buyers and that of the seller, to intervene. The government is doing nothing. So while we are focusing on the issue of court or with these lawmakers, government is using the time to steal. Look at of recent the GSC report on the executive mansion where Joseph Numa Bueka preside, where 7 to 4 persons were receiving. The government was taking almost about 36 or so plus $1,000 to pay these people, which amounted to some huge amount. As we speak, what becomes of that report? So nobody is now, most people are not focusing on that report. Let's look at what has happened of recent at the, how you call the place, the MCC, Monrovia City Corporation, under Siafa, who is a godson of Madam Katumu Bueka. Now,
John Shafa.
Yeah, John Siafa. Now you see that the Liberian people, they have diverted the people attention to the extent that the people are not looking at these things, but these are grave things. And as we speak, while this case is going on, do you know that they are even taking people off the job? They are taking people off job. The government continue our effort of downsizing. And this is the reason why Liberians, we are saying, look, this government took an oath to defend the constitution, to work for the people. But what we are seeing, this is not what they are doing. They are not carrying on development. All of the projects that was initiated by President Weah, funding was sourced and the funding are there. These are the projects that they are carrying on. And everything that they are doing is enriching themselves. Can you imagine this man just took over and putting $1 million structure all the way there in Foya? One hospital like JFK, our referral hospital like JFK, like the Jackson Fiado Hospital, like the Telaweon Hospital in Lofa, these hospitals are without drugs. Can you imagine that? While we have police brutality on a daily basis, the police now, they are trickle happy. Police go somewhere, the next thing you hear, they fire people. Every day we wake up to another body on the streets. So these are the cogent issues that we should be looking at. But again, this government will always do things to take the attention of the people from on the reality and focus it on something that is, that is of less important. And that's the reason why we need to continue to speak out. All of us, we need to continue to speak out. And that's the reason why some of us we put our weight behind July 17. Because it is the right of Liberians when the government is not working in their interest. Remember, as enshrined in our Constitution, Article 1, it says that the people, all power is inherent in the people, and the people have that right to be able to alter or be able to change their government if it is not working in their interest, or to bring a government that will work in the interest of the people. So if we have a government that is working against the people's interest, look at what is going on. There are series of deaths at police stations. Are there any police officers that have been called to justice? Look at the humiliation and the brutality that has been carried on by the Liberian National Police of recent when Mr. Boyka took over. These people brutalized students. They look at the chairman of the CDC, and he was being brutalized on camera. What came out of it? Gregory Cuomo said they will launch an investigation. When police move at the CDC headquarters.
Well, Prince, that's what. Yeah, that was the statement that they issued. That the police was carrying on an investigation through the professional standard division, but up to now we are yet to hear anything relative to that issue involving Janga Ko, the chairman of the CDC. Yes, up to now we're still waiting. I don't know when will the police come up with the hearing, or with the finality relative to what they said. I don't know what a professional standard is still going through that investigation. Well, we look forward to hearing from the LMP through the professional standard division relative to the brutality that was being carried out against the national chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change. I listened to the Speaker Rachel Kuhn today when he spoke at the National Transit Authority 5-year strategic plan, and saying that the United Party government is a responsible government, and it's not like all of irresponsible government throwing jobs and all of that. So that was his statement. Sounds hilarious to me. The reason why it sounds hilarious, because if you say the United Party government is a responsible government, responsible in terms of what? In terms of dividends, responsible in terms of elevating the lives of the Liberian people, responsible in terms of imposing poverty when we have 80% of Liberians living in abject and extreme poverty. Is that a responsibility? How do you understand the word responsible? If you say this person is responsible, that's a responsible gentleman. It means that person is able to take care of his family, right? Those who hate those who are depending on him. But you say this government, the government, United Party government is responsible. And the other thing, Prince, let me say another thing here. And one of the things that the United Party is doing all they can to make sure to demoralize the CDC is because they have noticed clearly. They can see the zest in the Liberian people. They can see the desperation in the Liberian people, that the people are angry. Just within 2 years in their government, they can see that desperation. The Liberian people are over angry. That even if today's election, if maybe out of the 5 million people, about 4 million people vote for George Weah. So they believe that 2029 they don't have no strong candidate to put against George Weah. So this, that's the reason why they are doing all they can. They are doing all they can. They bring all of the strategies to make sure they want to weaken the party. They want to, because the people they have done their own survey. They have done their survey and they have understood clearly that 2029 the people are desperate for George Weah. It's glaring. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that the people are desperate for change. It's glaring. So that's one of the reasons. So 2029, who do you put against CDC? They don't have no strong candidate. Who do you put? You can put Jeremiah Kuhn against George Weah. That one a complete tsunami. Yes.
And my brother Newton, what Liberians should be cognizant.
That will be complete tsunami. It's gonna be catastrophic. You put Jeremiah Kuhn against George Weah, later know Jeremiah Kuhn. You can't do that. Later know Jeremiah Kuhn against George Weah 2020. So who's the strong candidate? So they have sat and conduct their own survey and based on the outcome of the survey they have conducted, they listen to the different media institutions, they listen to Liberians, expressing their dissatisfaction, their desperation. That 2029, they listen to the Liberian people talking 2029. Well, we are regretting George Weah doing George Weah time. Liberians are praising the former president. George Weah time, things were okay, things were like this. So the people are eager. So because of those reasons that you see them doing all they can, and because some of their own ineptitude on grounds that they say they were coming to power to change the narrative. In fact, during George Weah, there were too many corruption. Government officials were taking money without accounting for it, and that will not happen. The president is going to be rigid when it comes to the fight against corruption. While President Joseph Boakai, 2 years since he took on as president of this country, 2 years, there are still of corruption scandals, corruption allegations. What has he done? What has he done to fight against corruption? Almost all of the ministries and agencies, you hear about corruption scandals, corruption allegations. The president is sitting supinely without doing anything. If you follow the GSC report, too many corruption allegations, different ministries and agencies, the LACC, the same thing. And those people, some of those people, the only thing President Boakai does is that maybe if anybody takes money or certain money from or maybe certain ministry or agency, what he does is that go there and say you are suspended. So after suspension, do you talk about restitution? Do those people restitute those money that they take? Those are the Liberian people money. So for example, if our minister of youth and sports and maybe I took millions of dollars, monies that were intended to improve the livelihood or monies that were intended to help shift the lives of young people in the country, and I took that money. Then the president said, "Oh, since Newton, you are the minister of youth and sports. You have taken money according to the GSA report, blah blah blah. So you are suspended or you are dismissed. So you dismissed me. I carried the money that I took without giving the money back, without restituting that money. So the suspension or dismissal does not warrant the kind of punishment that person is supposed to have. The first thing, if you took money that belonged to the Liberian people, that money should be restituted, and in fact, you should go to jail. That will serve as a deterrent for would-be, corrupt officials. That will serve as a deterrent, but that is not happening. So I see it as ineptitude on this government. The government said, during George Weah time, there were too many drugs in the country, kush and blah blah blah. Doing some of their songs, some of those songs that were sung during the campaign. George Weah bring kush for our children. Suffering the youth, doing all kind of things. Different kinds of songs that were sung during the campaign. 2023, we heard bulk of those songs, and today, in fact, it works. It works. One of the highest quantity of drugs ever since President Boakai took over were arrested in Lofa County. In President Boakai County, in his home in Lofa County. One of the huge quantity of drug that was arrested was in President Boakai County, in Lofa County. Nowadays, all around, you hear about drugs. And that is coming from all of it. So how is President Boakai actualizing what he promised the Liberian people that he was going to do? How is he, attending to those things that he promised the Liberian people that he was going to do? He's not doing any of those things that he promised. So I just see it as empty promise. I believe most of those promises were just empty promise. He used those promises to fool the Liberian people to come to power. Now he comes to power. He doesn't want to leave power. He wants to perpetuate power. He wants to perpetuate his party, the Unity Party, to remain in power, and that will not work. We'll stand out against it, and we'll fight against it. Liberian people will stand out because they have the authority there about the organic law of the country, the Constitution of Liberia. The Liberian people, the citizens, have the power. So please.
You are.
We can take calls.
Sure. And Liberians should be careful. One thing I've observed about this government, whenever they want to carry on serious stealing, I don't want to use embezzlement, but let's use the raw word stealing. Whenever these guys want to steal from the Liberian people, they bring something that will distract their attention. You see, of recent, while we are talking about this case and all of us are focusing on the case, Joseph Newman Boakai unilaterally take 4 of our oil blocks and gave it to Noka, where Madam Councillor Gloria Mususka is seated. 4 of our oil blocks and gave it to, want to auction it to Noka, so that at the end of the day, they can go out and be able to source for people who will come and, and get this oil block. These are some of the terrible things that are happening in Liberia. So the attention of the nation is focused on this issue of the case, while Mr. Boakai and his crooks or his cronies are going about doing something clandestine, unbeknown to the Liberian people. So these are things that we should focus on. What our attention is on, this court issue, they are increasing taxes. But tomorrow, when you even go to buy cold water, don't be surprised if somebody tell you that the bag of cold water is $50, because what is happening is intentional. The lawmakers who are supposed to be very, 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 very careful and meticulous in observing and raising issues that will be able to present a better picture for the Liberian people. Guess what? They heard who is Mr. Richard Kuhn said he is a regime speaker. So while Joseph Newman Boyka is distracting us about this issue of the court case, they are there also stealing from under. They are there introducing things that are not even in line with empowering Liberians and giving Liberians the opportunity. So watch it. Before this particular period can be over, or before this case is over, there will be so many clandestine deeds that will be done. And that is the best way this government know how to do it. Distract the people attention and use the occasion to introduce things that are in their interest and not in the people's interest. So it's just so worrisome. It's so worrisome.
Yes, you're right. You're right, Prince. So we'll go to the line now to get their interactions. I guess you've been there waiting patiently so that you can make their own input on the conversation tonight on the show Face the Issue. Let's go to the line now. Our numbers are 077 223 9933, 0886 30 44 97, 0777 98 0375. We'll go to the line and get our first call. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, what's your name? Yeah, go ahead. 1 minute. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Can you get me? Go ahead. I'm getting you. Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead. Make your point. I'm getting you.
Yeah. You know, everyone in Nigeria, wicked government inside. They government a wicked appointment from Tansho or Western Amaminu. They government is wicked. Nobody among them is the good. That's all the ministry fixing the director and we're working to you and some ministry. Now they see we cannot do to us today to we will stay in that. They not pay us so women. They into a father they say I will say now will pay or they not pay us. They speak on room. Who break that office? Now, when they break it, now another point that is so holy, they preaching people speak of on. He go break the place. He want to put fire in the place because the citizen can't turn it on, and so they want me citizen of break now.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm going to be. This is Mohammed calling from New Jersey, New Jersey.
Mohammed, go ahead. 1 minute.
Oh, brother, let me be weird to you. You see, and his police, they are not able to rule the country. Let me go and tell you. Now, I can tell you, 100% of Liberian, Nana, everybody crying. I'm a motorcycle, I'm riding back. But you're not using all, bro. You're making to all, but you can't Nana, let me go and tell you. You can't just utter down. Yeah, is it a democracy government? But Nana, I can say
that dictatorship, eh? That democracy, that dictatorship right now. All right, thank you, bro. Good evening. Thank you.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Gifted. I'm calling from the car wash bill.
All right, let's see how you go ahead.
Thank you so very much for the discussion. And what I would like to say, I would like to talk on the discussion on the issue concerning our lawmaking. I would advise the CDC that the international community should get involved into what is going on in Liberia. In fact, the very first day these people were jailed, I was so sad. It's so disheartening to see serious-minded people carrying out their various duties just to take them and put them in prison for no apparent reason just for suspicion sake with no concrete evidence is so sad. So the CDC really needs to stand up, and Liberians also need to stand up to avoid confusion in this nation.
Okay,
And
thank you. Liberians need to stand up. Yes, Liberians are hearing it. They have to stand up. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. What's your name?
This is Sonny Eichmann. I call you from Brownsville.
Yeah. 1 minute. Go ahead. Go to the point.
Let me thank you for the topic on the discussion. You see, these guys they are handling the country. I to this country is just a poisonous, property. You look at the government. Brother, you don't see no sense of direction. They are just running the country the way they feel like. Seeing Liberian people are waking up with no hope. The country is just looking kind of boring and ineptitude is the order of the day that you just see in the government officials. It gets proud that the Liberian people, seeing themselves, being in this kind of a situation. Young people cannot even, they cannot see the way through. Any guys are just having a honeymoon.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Good afternoon, Mr. Sheriff. How are you doing? Yeah, this is Akata Glasgow calling from Tinker City, where the common citizen children live.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, man. Let's hear
I
you.
just want to say thank you for listening to me and taking that green cloth behind your back. Yes, God be your strength and have a pleasant day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Good evening to your line.
Good evening. Go ahead. What's your name?
Yes, there's the border of Tabu Rasta.
Tabu Rasta. Go ahead. Let's hear you make a point.
Yes, let me say thank you for the show. But I purpose to make one recommendation to you. Please, out of the day, we should not call them wicked people, United Party people. Because if you ask for one example, the people do not have the spirit of unity. They came to our democratic currency that way, or other democratic ways to rule our country. These people are very wicked, they are evil. Because one has a spirit of unity, we don't look at our brother and lie on our brother. Can you see lie?
Yes.
So these people are wicked people. We should not refer to them as unity party people because they are wicked people. Because one has unity, we not look at our brother and lie on them, and so it's not to steal them for no reason. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So I'll go to the diaspora line. Mr. Soma. Let's go to the diaspora line. Mr. Soma is on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Somba. How you doing? Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, I can get you. Can you get me?
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, I can get you. Are you getting me? I'm getting you. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I'm getting you. Are you getting me? So, yes, I don't know what I'm getting you, Mr. Sumba. I'm getting you, but it seems you're not getting me. Good evening. Good evening.
Huh?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Africa, and I'm calling you from St. Paul, Peter.
I said, go to the point. No time. Go to the point. 1 minute.
Yeah, Chief, thank you for the honor discussion of the topic tonight. And I just want to admire you guys how you address the issue. But then, for all we are fully prepared, and most of my brothers, for me, I keep from Grand Leader. And most of my brothers, they are already on ground for the July 17 protest. And because what our lawmakers, what they say, they are actually angry. So what we're going to do in the meantime, we are going to turn the whole town upside down. We the Nigerians, we are already prepared. So for now, maybe in a 3 days time, you'll hear what will happen in Liberia. So thank you very much.
Yeah, but remember, you should be careful. You shouldn't go on the strike now, at least. Y'all be safer, yeah? Yeah, we're not fast. Y'all should demonstrate. Let us be safer.
We are fully prepared,
yeah,
and will not press back.
Y'all be constructive. Y'all be constructive and safer, bro. Thank you. Let's go to the line. Mama C is online. Mama C Kaba is on the line. Mama C, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. Thank you so very much.
What am
And
I
I'm
kind of
calling you
feeling?
from Joe Community this evening. Good evening to Brother Sherry out there. I want to say thank you to you guys for the great analysis. I just wanted to talk something about this whole admissibility of the audio that was presented during the
Yeah.
preliminary hearing. So I read a piece that is said to be written by this counselor called Attention, and it is very explicit. In that piece, what he tried to explain is that the audio being presented over there does not in any way mean it's going to be accepted in criminal court during the actual hearing of the case. That is, once the prosecutor does not, that is the prosecutor, the government people, for our people who listening, once they cannot tell how to obtain the evidence, if the evidence was not obtained
Yes,
the rightful
the
way,
authenticity.
under our criminal laws, is unacceptable in court when you obtain certain information without the person consent or through illegal means. So, in as much as it's accepted there, that does not mean it's going to be accepted in the court itself when the hearing is about to be done. So I can rest assure you that the government can do whatever they want to do. The evidence they have for me is not enough. It's an AI evidence. It's not going to go anywhere. The issue about the case is more political than legal. Look at the case. You have about 5 persons were charged. Only the opposition people have been appearing in court. What happened to the United Party lawmaker? She hasn't been appearing. So it's just unfortunate. They just want to waste our time. But you can be assured once the case is gone into the rightful way, our people will be exonerated because they are not involved. That place, I believe strongly, Mr. Kuhn, who is the regime speaker, knows about it because he openly apologized to the Liberian people for creating the tension. So when you create tension, tension has a lot of definition. So it's just a waste of time. And I just want to stop there and say thank you to you guys for the great analysis.
Thank you, Mama C. Kaba. Thank you for your input this evening. Yes, we look forward to the authenticity of the audio. The audio. Good evening, Mr. Somak. You get me now?
Yeah, I'm getting you now.
Yeah, go
I was
ahead.
like a gift
Go ahead
person.
quickly. Make your point, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening. So what happened to Ebi today? He's not in studio.
No, if he been here, if he here, if he stay here, if he been here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because from the beginning of the show, I saw him there. But anyway, it's good. Thank you so much for the topic on the discussion. The only thing that we need to do as a citizen, we have to hold together and we have to be together until 2029. The Liberian people will speak 2029 because nothing else we can do. This government is not a government that when you talk, then they can change. They're not even waiting to change and they will not change. So what we have to do as a citizen, we don't have to complain. We don't have to be saying, oh, I don't get food. I go to Unity Partisan people, they give me food, so I will not be CDC Partisan again. I will do they want. No, we don't have to worry on that one. We don't have to worry about party headquarters. Your party headquarters is in your heart. Because when you go to the ballot bar, the party headquarters are not going to vote. Are you going to vote? In your heart, you're going to vote. So if everybody decided, the whole Liberia, when we decide to vehemently vote against these people, we move them 2029. So that's my contribution. Just focus on 2029 and we can talk. We can talk all the stuff, but that's focus.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
Thank you for having me on your platform. Let me say good evening to AB and good evening to you.
What's your
Like
name?
following the show. I am CRC Emmanuel Tukpachino of the Interledger Class District. Thank
Yes, go ahead. 1 minute. Go to the point.
you.
No time.
Thank you.
Go to the
Allow
point.
me to use the 1 minute then. Let me appreciate all of you guys making the analysis. And I think it's about time that let's stand up and say no to dictatorship. As a matter of fact, tomorrow district number 14 will host the chairman of STAN, Honorable Mozake Molu in the Paragon Bill. We are calling on Liberians to be attendant. We have to support Molu because Molu is in true advocacy for Liberia and for Liberians. It is time that we stand up and say no to this emerging dictator in our country. It is time to tell Mr. Branca that this country belongs to every one of us. I see you there tomorrow by 3 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. William, bro, is on the line, bro. William.
Yeah, my man. I just coming home, my man.
William,
Yeah.
where have you been?
Be from work
we,
to another
we have been
my man.
expecting you. We have been expecting you. We have been
No,
expecting you.
that starting from next week, I will be active now. Most of my operation finished now.
Well, the
Yeah, my man.
Prince, I've been wondering. Is it what's going on, William?
Oh, Prince, and my man, when the man there, for everything okay. But starting from next week, Friday, I will be with you always. I beg you, that the hustle, yeah, you know, gotta go. But let me come to the discussion. I just entering, so let me come to something. You see, in Liberia, we are on certain path that will be terrible when people not be careful. Normally, the place that they say the day preliminary hearing, that place supposed to be a place that will be well sophisticated enough to dismiss funny things that they call evidence. As long as it cross that area, there is no guarantee that it will not cross the next area. I'm sensing compromise in our court because the essence of people saying something is like a doctor. When you go to doctor, they get different type of doctors. They get a first place where they will go do your checkup. Then the other doctor will administer the drugs or the pharmacies or how they will call it. So before they tell you that you must proceed for you to get drugs, they will have to diagnose whether you are sick. So the area that the people went that know that yes, there is a sickness. So they proceed to the next level. So don't you see don't you see also the thing that we need to look into it logically? Why we train people like that who we trust in our country, and they will be accepting that kind of evidence? That funny thing, what they call AI and what have you, to say yes, now you rap, you can go to the next place, they're able to dismiss it down there. If they were sophisticated enough to detect the kind of thing, or they cross it. So how sure are you again cross the other area? So other only talking, but for me, I'm thinking deeper. We only talking perhaps for us to talk and we pray and we put up the resistance for them to do the right thing. But these people, they're not in it. They are not looking at people in law. I may be speaking out of ignorance because I'm not a lawyer. But I think law is logic. Law is logic. You cannot cross from this place that you say, oh, the mother knows or know what are the evidence correct or not correct. They finish diagnosing per the status and levels. They finish diagnosing say, yeah, there's a proper cause, so you can go to the next level for treatment. So where they going now for treatment?
No, but perhaps the analysis is giving William. So what if maybe the kind of machine they use to do the testing the next level now, because they get a category of hospitals now. So if you go to the hospital, maybe the kind of machine they will use it might not be sophisticated as to the next hospital. So when you go to the next hospital, based on the sophistication of the machine they will use, maybe they will discover that the previous hospital you went, the machine was not sophisticated, so they will have to make their own decision based on what they see there.
Get that true. But guess what? You stay in the same hospital, you wouldn't teach department. The Supreme Court there, that temple just in at the hospital there.
Yeah.
So they only changing department. So that department is changing. And now they're going to different hospitals. So sometimes, it's a good thing. We pray for the best. But these people, let me tell you, what are they doing certain things that people not getting? If you read about Paul Biya in Cameroon, I don't know whether you have read a little bit about Paul Biya. When Paul Biya took over in 1982, I read a little bit about his history. That similar pattern Paul Biya was carrying on. He never started a hajj until he became a dictator today. He started it bit by bit, start breaking the system bit by bit that people were looking at. He started there, he was a Democrat. When the president died abroad, he did it bit by bit until he entered into the system that there was no way for people to control it. We must be careful with Bwaka. He's a terrible puppy that people should be careful with. I'm just giving my own thought on the issue. My brother,
Yeah.
But we're hoping for the best and we put on the political pressure. But that man, that stages they own, and that stages to trust. The people who are brave enough to put representatives and lawmakers in the country, they put them in jail. People who you cannot wrong. The people who could come back to the court. They couldn't run, but they wanted to push something, they put them in jail. Then I wouldn't again do.
Yeah, you're right.
But
You're
we're
right.
looking
So
at it, we
we
put the
take
pressure.
precaution
Thank
now.
you.
We'll take precaution, William.
Yeah, but I want to also end on the word that July 17, there will be a massive protest in the country, and every Liberian should come up because that protest will also serve as a deterrent for Bwaka to slow down on his dictatorial tendency that he's trying to explore. So the only way you can slow down or question with a dictatorial tendency is by coming out in the mouth to show some civil disobedience or to express your grievances as citizens to your leader.
Okay.
That's how you can put a stop to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, William. So we'll take two or three more, then we go to Prince for his parting comment. Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead quickly. No time.
Yeah, how are you, brothers? You people are breaking through this. But something we are now a lawyer and we are now the other people. But these people, the Supreme Court rule, and the people work out went against the Supreme Court. And then there were two groups that were fighting over that capital building. People from the opposition and people from the ruling establishment. And then they forget about what people from United Party and the whole CDC people. So we need to stand up high. The same thing they did, the Supreme Court ruling, they will do it to our people the same way. If we don't stand up high, this country, people have been coming to the country. Thank you. Okay.
What?
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, caller, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Hussein. I'm Hussein Kew. I call from Jacobstown, district number 2. So I listen to the different callers. But let me say this. The law is reasoning and the law based on what we call precedent. In fact, I just don't get it. When people try to be sentimental, emotional about legal issues. So people are just suggesting that because he's a representative, he's a senator, he should be exempted, right? He should not be prosecuted if even he go against the law that govern the same country that they live in. I don't grab the concept or the understanding of those people who trying to defend people who went against the state, and the state has said they have sufficient evidence to indict the people. Somebody want to say, no, they should not be prosecuted. The case is political. So you don't want the country to survive. You don't want the country to improve. You don't want a precedent to be set. So
Hello.
that?
Hello. Nobody say hello. Nobody say anybody should not be prosecuted. So what people are pushing for is for the right thing to be done, not selective justice. Yes, that's what he's saying.
What is the right thing?
Yeah.
For us to get.
So thank you. So let's go over to Prince for his parting time has called off with us. Prince.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother Nathan. Let me say thanks to the many callers and also to those in the comment section. We want to say thank you so very kindly. When we are fellow Liberians, we need to be very, very careful because this government that is in power does not care about the Liberian people. All this government knows about is seeing how best they can fill their bank accounts. And they will do everything to ensure that they muscle democracy in Liberia. And that's why those of us who believe in democracy must continue to expose this government. We all need to continuously, on a daily basis, expose the evil that is happening because this government does not care. All this government is after is enriching itself. Look at the program that was held of recent. Joseph Newman Boyko recognizing institutions that have done well over the period. Are you kidding me? The president of the Republic of Liberia, who over the period has been benefiting from all these agencies that have been submitting how you call a remittance instead of to the national budget, but rather to his how you call his organization. These are institutions that he is recognizing while leaving the Liberian people job. It almost like you taking the money from your front pocket and putting it to your back pocket. This is a disgrace. But again, fellow Liberians, all we are saying is that Liberia is at the verge of a total collapse. The rule of law has been disrespected. The government that is supposed to protect the people and protect the rule of law is doing everything against the rule of law. So there's the reason why we are calling on our Liberians that comes the 17th of next month, that we should all come out to demand our government to do what is right. On this note, my brother, I want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity as we get prepared to go on the other platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for being with us this evening, Prince. So that's it, so folks, and this is how I like to go home. That's all of the time. That's all of the time we have to be here with you. And remember, and let me just inform you before I go home tonight. I think you're following the Iran in retaliation. Iran has fired hundreds of drones and missiles, ballistic missiles, in Israel, in one of the major cities, Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Yes, those two major cities. So there have been hundreds of drones and missiles been fired in retaliation by Iran. Yes, Tehran. Initially, Israel, attack based on the attacks that Israel launched to Iran. But in retaliation to that, Iran was able to launch tonight. Hundreds of drones and missiles have been fired in Israel. So that's it. So first, that's all the time we have to be here with you. Thanks for being there. Thanks for your listening. We hope to be here Monday, by God's willing, as we bring you some of those issues that are trending in our country, Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. My name is Newton Tukwa. Bye-bye.